reading and painting and drawing. I just been doing it since I was, 10, 12 years old, all the time. And so everyone always told me in school, you should be an artist, you should be an artist. So I went, all right, I guess that's a good idea. So I went to the guidance counselor in high school and talked about colleges to go to and what I wanted to study. And there was this information, this little box that talked about the different types of artists there were. There's an illustrator, illustrates books, magazines, and I said, oh, I love that because I love to read. There was graphic designers who do type, and people working in advertising. There's fine artists that do paintings and sell in galleries, but I knew illustration was it for me because I just love books so much and I love to read. So I went to School of Visual Arts in New York City and did the BFA program, 4 years there, and then after I finished, you just run around with your portfolio, bringing your work around. I was going to book publishers, and they said, oh, your work would be perfect for magazines. And I said, well, I want to do both. I'd go to magazines and say, oh, your work would be perfect for book covers. I'm like, well, I want to do both. And so I remember getting my first book cover and just falling in love with doing book covers, and I worked for magazines. And then accidentally, I got into doing children's books, too, and started illustrating children's books. I think my first book came out in 1989, and I've done 30 of them since. But after doing about 6 or 7 books, I started writing them and fell in love with a picture book. It's like a little movie. It's almost like a little movie. So that was just a blast. But my two passions are doing the covers and the picture books. I sort of I'm not as interested in doing it. I don't really do the magazine work anymore. I did it for a few years. It's fun, but it's more, I just like something more to sink my teeth into, like an actual children's book, or to read a whole book. And I can lay in bed in my pajamas reading and say, I'm working, I have to read this book to come up with sketches for the cover. So, and I really try. I read the entire book. I mean, occasionally I'll do a book and they'll say, we don't have the manuscript yet, but we can give you a summary. I'm like, oh, that makes me mad because I like to read the entire book, because you never know when you're going to get an idea for the cover or what's going to fit. It might be the last paragraph, it might be the beginning, it might be somewhere in the middle that some scene or some image comes to me, or there's a tone throughout the story of a certain feel or weather conditions or character. It all feeds into the tone of the cover and the feel of it. And so I take it very seriously, and I really love to do it. And this is actually, one of my favorites. This one was really fun. And after I did the first cover, which is the Dead Until Dark, where Suki and Bill are both floating. She's inside his cloak. It's kind of a dark, moody cover, and they're floating. The publisher just told me a couple weeks ago that they found out that the reason Alan Ball picked up the first book and read it was because of the cover. So I was very happy to hear that.